Hey, what's up traders? Dave FX Hunter here with weekly Forex forecast for the 10th April 2021. So before we start, I just want to mention that all the trading apps and all the trading tools I'm using, you can get on my website, where is of course explaining how to get it, what you have to do, and pricing, and as well there is possibility to get a 14 days trial, so you can check it on the all plans. You simply fill up your PayPal and you get 14 days trial, where you can get of course this all COT data which I am using for my analysis, and as well you can get this perfect template which is containing all these institutional tools as COT, MyFX book, retail sentiment, liquidity zones, institutional levels, etc. So all what you need in the one pack, and it's really great. So let's go to the dollar index, and as usual we will bring the COT data. So this is how it looks like for this recent history. So what we can see in here, of course, big growth in the longs positions, right? So we went from the around the 15, 13 to the 30. Last week we can see slight drop, minus 3k, right? But as the price is dropping down, they are closing the shorts, right? So we are talking about this period from this dot until this dot, right? So that's what happened. That's what we have this latest data for that. So we can see slight profit taking and the closing of the shorts, which is giving us a clue that the price should and could continue up. From where? From here. Why? Because we can see this is the last bearish candle before the price break up, right? So that's basically the institutional level, and this is the daily candle. So here probably could be from where the price could go higher, right? So might we would see some more accumulation here, might these lows could be taken out, and then the price could move higher, right? So let's see how this will be play out on the dollar index. Long term, I mean for probably maybe this month I'm bullish, and I'm thinking that in this zone we might see some push up again. Next one will be Euro. Euro looks of course very bearish. So what we can see in here is the drop of the longs positions from the 238 even lower, right? So now we are around the 192, and what we are seeing with the shorts growing, right? Shorts are rapidly growing, and what's nice in this, so we can see this push up from here, and it was actually from this monthly institutional level. So you can see how it reacted in here in the confluence with this channel. Price is moving higher, and what's basically happening on the COT is that basically we can see that the banks actually adding the shorts, right? So we can see how the price is moving up these last 2 weeks, and what they're doing, they are adding the shorts, right? So the price is going up and they are building the shorts. So what can happen is that the price can come where? Into the liquidity zone, and where is going to be liquidity? Above the latest highs, right? So look at this. Actually the retail traders, 76% of the retail traders are shorting, and if we bring the history with clicking to these candles, so what we can see in here is basically that they have started to short properly here on the lows, right? So we can see 30% of the retail traders been shorting here in here, and as the price goes up, these shorts grow to the 76%, right? So what does it mean? People are shorting in here. Yes, they are actually right, because the banks are building the shorts as well. But the problem is that the retail is probably in the trade too early. So what can happen if they are shorting in here? Where they most likely put stop losses? It's gonna be in above this high and above these two equal highs as well, right? So what I'm thinking that we could see is that the price will come to take out this liquidity, and then we could see some nice short, right? So I would be looking for the short around this zone, and my target will be a low of this channel again, right? And I might hide the stop loss above this whole number level, and still I'm getting like a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio, which could be actually the great trade, but I still have to wait for that. Yes, true is that this correction is actually almost 79%, which is quite good to entry. But what I'm thinking is that we will see some move down. It will attract more sellers and it will create more liquidity higher. And then if the price comes there, then we'll see proper short. And that's the one I want to wait for. Okay, next one is pound. This is actually what happened here on the pound is what I'm waiting on the euro, right? So what we can see here, we saw it, right? We have seen this liquidity zone they have created, they have moved it up in it, and then we get the short, right? So we actually had this nice 200 pips in my signal service. We close it right in here. Yes, the price will most likely continue down here. However, it was a Friday yesterday, so I felt like it's good to close it, you know. So if the price will make some correction, I might look for another short. So let's check the COT data, and it's all clear, right? So we've been 68k on the longs, and it's still dropping right now to the 45k, right? So we can see these big negative changes. I mean big, it's a negative change, it's simply, right? And they're closing the shorts as well in here. So it's definitely bearish, right? So this is the bearish signs. Even though we are looking, we can see here that it's more bullish exposure. However, this is definitely the signs of the bearishness. The longs as being closed for the all this period, right? So smaller pullback, maybe just because here we have actually, why I will not wait for the pullback here, because it was this liquidity zone in here was already cleared, right? So right now what I would need is just a small pullback, right? So something like this. If price will pull back in here, I could take a short, another short in here, right? In the 50% retracement with the target. I will put the target somewhere around here to the whole number, right? And yeah, this does not give so good risk reward ratio. It's still 1 to 7, but it could be nice, right? Of course, if you trade with the small time frame, you can set up much smaller stop loss and you will get a better risk reward. However, I'm focusing more to the swing trading, and I don't want to babysit the chart like whole day, right? So what I will do is to set up the alarm like this by clicking the number 1, and if the price will come in here, I will be interested to do something. If not, I will skip that, right? Next one is Kiwi, and Kiwi actually looks very good for me. What I'm seeing in here is this. So yeah, big longs closing, right? Look how bullish we've been. We close it again, very bullish, and then we close it even more. And look at this, we have the finally, after some time, the shorts coming in, right? So look, we dropped from the 70 to the 50, right? 20% exposure dropped in the past couple weeks. So it's definitely bearish. So does it mean I will short it in here? In my opinion, it would be a little bit stupid, because we have the 50-50 of the retail exposure, right? So that means, and I'm 100% sure that here will be a lot of stop losses. So I would not recommend to do anything until the price at least retest this whole number, or even something in here. Here will be definitely some institutional levels. Well, how I know it? Because this move did not happen because of my or your trading. It definitely happened of some institutions, and we will check it by our indicator. So here is the monthly. So we have, so look, here is the weekly level. Here is as well the daily level, and as well 4 hours level, right? So if the price of course come into this level, I will be definitely looking for the big short, right? For the very big short. But question is if it will come just here, right? Maybe it can come into this whole number level, who knows, right? Because that could be good level as well. So in these levels, I will definitely start to looking for the shorts. Not here, because everyone is doing it, and everyone has stop losses in here. So you want to enter when the most of the traders is stopped out, because that's when the big banks entered the market, right? Similar case on the Aussie, right? Let's bring the Aussie. So what we can see in here, Aussie is still somehow fighting, right? You can see how they build the longs again, and then they drop it last week minus 8k, right? So we didn't see such a change in the positions for quite a long time. So it's dropping. We can see the shorts has been brought into the market, right? So again in here, I don't think we will get such a correction into this channel. So maybe we can draw the channel like this, and here with this whole number, with this blue line, if the price will dip into this liquidity above. How I know there will be liquidity? Look at this, 65% of the people are already in the shorts, so they will have a stop losses above here, right? So if the price will dip into this liquidity, then the shorting around here could be nice, right? If you want to protect your stop loss like this, hiding it above the whole number is a great decision, definitely. Next one is a USD franc. USD franc, it has a massive uptrend, right? So what we have seen in here on the COT positions, big growth in the longs on the USD franc, closing of the shorts was taking the price higher, right? It went, I think, into the weekly levels, right? Is it? Or maybe the month daily? Yes, it was in some daily levels, right? So now the price is dropping actually slightly. And what does it mean? Oh, okay, let's look at this. So the price actually, we have seen this long growing, but still we are in this negative net positions, right? So what does it mean? That means that these shorts has to be closed, right? They are closing it, but they need to close more of them. So where it would be happening? Below these levels, right? So right now we can see a lot of people is in the longs. They've been trying to follow this trend, but lately, right? So where they will have a stop losses, of course, it's going to be here and here. So what we could do in here is, of course, to take some short, right? So we could wait for the pullback in here. Let me bring this. So we could wait for the pullback, and we can short it, right, with the target down here. However, it would be slightly on the counter trend rate, right? So what I prefer is to better wait if the price will come into this what is this daily levels, right, into these daily levels and this bottom of this channel, and here I would be looking for the long trade. So let me move this a little bit from here. Okay, so I want to look, I want to prefer to take a long if the price will be here, right? So yeah, definitely bullish for me. However, we are in the pullback, and I think the next week can be still bearish. However, I think I will skip the short only if the price will come higher and will show some nice volume. Then I will be shorting, but most likely I will be looking just for that long, right? Similar case is on the USDJPY. What's happening in here? It turned into the very bullish market, and we can see how the longs has grown into this extreme, right? And then they started to close the shorts as well, right? So we are now 76% exposure into the long side. So here is a small correction. However, still more people is shorting, right? So what's gonna happen in here? Might the price will go lower, below this low, or maybe below these lows, but it will not start to drop, because it would mean that the retail will be winning. Most likely these retailers which are still in the markets, they have the stop losses here, here, and here, right? So it's going to be objective of the of the banks and these big players to take a price on to these highs, right? So that's what we want to trade. That's we want to analyze what probably the market participants are doing, and that's what we want to trade. Okay, next one is a USDCAD. USDCAD has reacted on this long-term channel, right? And then now it's moving slightly higher in this channel. So similar, we have only 38% traders in the short side, right? So there's gonna be more people in the longs, I think, and the price is going to be somewhere higher. So I don't think the price will go up right now. It will most likely visit this low or maybe these lows, right? I think here will be some institutional level for sure. We can drop in here, right? So yes, we see here is a 4 hours level. So the price will most likely go this week lower in here, and then we could see some up. But for this week, I think something like this can be the objective, right? So what we are seeing in this COT data. So USDCAD, as said, we are getting bullish. We can see it. We went from the 27k to the 44, so they're building it. However, look what they still have. They still have a big shorts, right? So, and they're closing them. But if you have a shorts, where would you like to close them? Where, of course, somewhere lower, right? Not here. So the price most likely will drop before it will start to move higher, right? So definitely bearish on this one. Let's look to the gold, as so many people has requested in here. Let's make it on the bigger picture, because we can see we are moving in this channel, and here is where it bounced, right? So now's the question, is this like a double bottom, or can it make some yeah, so it reacted in this level and here in these daily levels, right? So that could be like a strong sign that the price could move higher. And now if I delete this, so what's happening in here? We can see 62% of the traders are shorting, right? So they probably entered here, you know, maybe something like this, you know, and then the price move higher above this. So where they could have a stop losses, of course, above here and maybe above here. So the price could move higher into the top of this channel, right? So as we have the correction on the dollar, that could happen. What the COT is showing, we can see that there was some shorts brought in, but now they are slightly closing, and we can see that the longs positions slightly growing, right? So from 265, 275 last week, it's actually the big change, right? Plus 21k contracts positive. So yes, I think that the price can go higher, right? But what can happen in here first? I don't know. I personally stopped to trade the gold because I think it's highly manipulated, right? Now last one is a Bitcoin. I think we are getting ready for the breakout in here, and the next stop could be 70k or even the 80k above here. Alright, my friends, so yeah, hopefully this week I will finish the copy trading as well, which will be part of my signal service. There will be as well the scalping, and I think it's going to be great. Just wait for the info and download our application, because I think it's a really cool thing and it helps everyone easily to understand the markets and make great trade decisions. Alright, bye bye.